Hello, this is Michelle with Sipology, and I want to share with you a cup of tea today. We are on day number 8. Let me show you, hopefully without too much trouble. There's day number 8, which is a pu'er tea called French chocolate. And it gives you the ingredients and the steeping directions in there. And then I'm also going to grab day number 3 for today, and which is ginger snap cookie, and it's a rooibos tea. So I wanted to share with you that. And as you can see, there's 24 teas in our 24 Steeps of Tea Christmas collection. And so I'm going to close this so we have a place to work on. I'm going to put up here 2 dishes. Hopefully you can kind of see that. I'm not using my regular camera, so this will be interesting. So this is day 8. This is the pu'er tea. And we talked about pu'er tea, I believe, on day 2. I could be mistaken, but we talked about the benefits of the pu'er tea, that it is a caffeinated tea. So this is something to consider. I am going to mix a caffeinated tea with a naturally caffeine-free tea. And there's a reason why. This is literally my favorite part about Sipology. We're going to be a mixologist today. So I just emptied those into there so you can see just how much tea they pack into these itty bitty little tins. I like sharing with you that. This is the pu'er tea. It is actually a black tea that is aged, fermented, and something else. That's why I brought my notes. It is oxidized, aged, and fermented. So we talked about that again. And there's a lot of benefits. Gut health, possible weight loss over time if we're drinking 2 glasses of pu'er tea a day. And then the rooibos tea is naturally caffeine-free. Again, a bunch of benefits that we talked about earlier on. So I encourage you to watch the other videos. This is the red bush tea. So these come from different plants. But this is why I love steep tea. And even with this calendar, if you find that you're not a fan of one tea, you can mix it and make it an amazing tea. So I'm going to cheat today and use something my brother bought me last year for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. So that's just my, where I'm going to put my tea. I've got a coffee filter in here, and I'm going to use a Mr. Coffee pot machine, and I'll show you that in just a second. So there's just a Dollar Tree 150 pack of coffee filters that I bought for this. So now what I can do is if I just wanted to make one type of tea, I can use the perfect pot of teaspoon, which is a larger spoon. I could take 1 scoop out of here, which does fit. I would like to show you that. You do get enough tea in these little tins to make a full pot of tea. And then some. You can make another cup of tea too. So about 5 cups of tea just about in most of these tins, depending on the size of the tea leaves. But because I'm going to mix them, I don't like to waste tea, even if it's not necessarily my favorite. And again, this is the chocolate pu'er tea. I'm going to take 1 scoop, which is basically 1 cup, and put 1 scoop in there. And I'm going to take 2 scoops of the ginger snap rooibos. And they just need to be full but not heaping. Hopefully you can see that because this camera does not look all that great. Full but not heaping. So there's my 3rd scoop. So whenever I do this, I use 3 scoops if I'm using the perfect cup of teaspoon, or I use 1 pot of teaspoon, depending on how many teas I'm using. And it is my favorite thing in the world to mix teas, so I do this all the time. I'm going to give it let me show you. So I put my rooibos on top there, right? So I'm going to give it a little shake and get them nice and mixed up in there. So now I've got my rooibos and my pu'er tea in there. So I'm going to pause this really quick and I'm going to take it over my teapot. I actually stopped my video by accident, so hopefully I can pair these together. But you're going to laugh at me because I locked myself in my bathroom to make my tea because my kids are too loud to be doing this out in the kitchen. So this is, again, the mix of the pu'er and the rooibos tea in there. And this is my Mr. Coffee big old huge pot. So what we do is, and you can see me in the mirror back there, this is an iced tea maker. I put my tea leaves right on top there. I move this over. That's where the water's going to come out and brew my tea. So I'm going to actually hot brew. I already have my water in here up to the 3 quarts. It's hard to see, but you've got your water right in your tank up here underneath this. I guess I could have showed you that beforehand. The water goes underneath this. So this is not a Sipology product. This is me cheating because it's super easy to just fill this up with water and tea. I put water in here instead of ice because I'm just going to throw it in the fridge overnight. And I'm going to let this brew. So I'm going to set this here. And I'm going to pause this again. Hopefully I'll pause it this time and remember instead of stopping it. I'm going to let this brew. I'm going to show you what it does. I have it on strong. I turn it on. And hopefully it'll start brewing quickly. So you can kind of see. I've got boxes in here. I did not plan this out very well beforehand. You can hear it making a whole bunch of noise. I literally use this, guys, all the time. It's easy to just throw the water in there, throw my tea in. I can mix my teas right in that coffee filter, and there you can hopefully see the tea spilling out into the water. And so we'll come back and we will see our brewed tea. And I'm excited because I have not tried this mix before. So this is officially going to be my Hot Mess Express video because I don't know how to use this camera since my kids have my camera. And I've turned it off every time instead of pausing it. So we're going to hope we can find a splicer and splice all these together. So that is the tea with just a little bit of the water in it from the bottom, already brewed. And so all I do, since I don't use the ice like I mentioned, is I'm just going to pour water in here and fill up my jug. And then I'm going to throw it, so you can see my kids' bath toys. Oh my goodness. Throw this in the refrigerator with a lid on it, and I will drink it tomorrow, and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. So it'll be chocolate ginger snap tea, since we use the chocolate pu'er and the ginger snap rooibos tea. And guys, literally, like, I wish this video was better because this is my favorite thing in the world to do, is to mix the teas together and make my own custom blended teas. So that's how it looks after it's brewed. I'm actually going to squeeze the extra flavors out of the filter into my jug, and I'm going to go enjoy some tea. Thanks so much for watching my Hot Mess Express video. See you next day.